I saw a video on YouTube once from a mom that was talking about closing down the house at night before bed. And when I was young and didn't own a house, but I lived in an apartment, we would kind of let things sit around and not be on top of them. But as I got older and got more responsibilities, I realized that's not sustainable. So I really love the idea of closing down your house at night so you wake up to a fresh house that is somewhat organized, even if you can't do it all. There's certain routines that I have that I do every day. So usually we will run the dishwasher at night and then unload it in the morning, so that we start the day with an empty dishwasher to fill up as we go. I did a lot of baking today because I was doing some meal prepping and like restocking of our homemade goodies. So I did run it earlier in the day, so I'm going to unload and reload it again tonight. And then I also like to make sure that all of our dirty laundry makes its way to the laundry room. Start a load if it's not too late. I pretty much will put all of the laundry into the washer machine, and then when it is full, I will run it. That's what I've been doing recently to try to keep up with laundry as a new family of 4. I find that to be much more sustainable than putting it in a hamper and then having to go through the like conscious effort of bringing it over there when it's full. I mean, it's just like one less step, but it makes a difference. I do tend to get behind on the folding throughout the day when my baby is interested in being held and I don't get to follow through. I pretty much just do the laundry, and then I never get to the folding part. So I'm going to try to do some of that tonight as well. But anyways, I'm loading the dishwasher first. Hello, if you're joining, where are you joining from? Hello. Such interesting comments. I didn't know that I was homosexual. What gives you that impression? I do not hate gays. I just am not one. I just happen to be married to a man myself, but I have nothing against people who have different preferences. Thank you, Kane. Hi. Where are you all tuning in from? I'm in Connecticut, so it's 9:22 here. What time is it where you are? I always find myself on the interesting side of YouTube. What are you guys up to tonight? Hi. What is everybody up to? We had burgers for dinner tonight with garden tomatoes from my sister's garden. We are growing our own as well, but she gave us a bunch that she couldn't use, so we were using those up tonight. And then we made s'mores on the campfire with my son, which was super cute. He's 2.5 and he was roasting them himself, and he was sticking it into the dirt and getting like twigs on it. And he doesn't actually like to eat the marshmallows, but he really likes to roast them. So we had a fun time. I cannot. What did you have for dinner tonight, Lee? So I was saying at the beginning of the live that every night I have a certain routine that I do after I put my kids to bed to close down the house so that I wake up and have like a fresh start in the morning. It's something I've been doing since before I had kids, but I find it especially important since having kids because the messes are just so much bigger. The more people you have and the smaller your kids are. So one of the things I like to do every night is to empty the dishwasher and start the day. Empty the dishwasher or run the dishwasher if it needs to be done. But either way, I like to start the day with an empty dishwasher so that it doesn't pile up, because it piles up very fast. I don't know if it's normal, but at our house, just with 3 people eating, we end up going through like every dish in the house. My son likes to have a new dish for everything he eats, so it gets crazy quick. I would love to know what other people do to keep up with their chores, because I feel like we're just doing chores 24/7 and yet things still aren't perfect. It just feels like the things to do are never ending. So if you have good like chore routines, let me know. I would love to hear what you do. This is kind of unusual content for me. I am actually a doula and a lactation consultant and a former labor and delivery nurse. I now work on the unit that I worked as a labor and delivery nurse as a lactation consultant, which has been super great. I'm also a mom of 2, so some of my content is just about my personal motherhood experience, but a lot of my content is educational and informational about pregnancy, birth, postpartum, breastfeeding, all of that good stuff. But I really want to build a bigger community here, so I figured I would start going live a little bit more frequently so I can chat with you guys. Hi, Gummy Worm. Where are you tuning in from? What kind of content do you guys typically enjoy watching? I feel like my niche is not for everybody, but I'm curious, what is the stuff that you usually watch on YouTube? It's definitely starting to feel like fall where I live in Connecticut. I'm definitely a summer girl. I'm a summer baby. August. There is nothing like a good summer when you can do everything. There's no restrictions based on weather, and I love boating and being out on the river and all of that. Camping, having campfires, but I also love fall so much. I think I might actually be more of a fall person now because the heat is a little intense. But the leaves are starting to change here, and it's definitely getting a little bit chilly. We haven't had to use our air conditioners, which is nice, especially for that electric bill. But yeah, where do you guys live, and what is the weather like where you are? Is it still warm? Do you have 4 seasons, or do you live somewhere that doesn't have 4 seasons? I personally love living somewhere where there's 4 seasons. I feel like as soon as you start to get a little bit over whatever season you're in, it gets switched up. Hello, everybody. If you're just joining, where are you joining from? I'm gonna sign off for now because it's probably gonna get quite loud with me banging the dishes around. But this is one of my mom hacks, is to close down your house at night. Make a list of things that you feel good about having done when you wake up in the morning and do those things. I'll chat with you guys later.